Tonight on Police 10-7, Invercargill police investigate a serious accident.
The vehicle's finally come to a stop here, one wheel in the gravel. The young girl has continued to be projected forward and she has ended up lying down on the side of the road over here.
When Lower Hutt police arrest a suspected burglar, they end up with an unusual pair of passengers.
Come on, you pups.
And in Dunedin, a drunk student can't remember his own name or where he lives.
So the cells are home and we're going to take you home. We need an address.
Movies, and then our father came and said that the police was here.
I was in the shower and I heard like a car skidding noise, and then the police car alarm was very loud. And I asked my wife, "You heard any noise or not? The police car very loud." Oh, she said she don't know. And then after shower, I came around and I saw the police car here on my driveway.
The incident that disturbed Paul's shower and his kids' video had started when constables Pat Thomas and Brett Polglaze spotted a suspected burglar police had been trying to find.
Just in the car that we spotted as we're doing that 3T. There he is, mate. Yeah, it went left.
Up ahead, the guy they're after has turned off the main road, but he's picked a no-exit street for his escape.
Keep going, mate. There he is.
And that's why he ended up in Paul's driveway.
You stand down on that comms, we're trying to track down a car. Hello, sir. Can I see your licence, please?
Oh, I don't have one.
You don't have one? What do you do to drive if you haven't got a licence? Nothing. Whose car is it, sir? Have you been caught driving without your licence before? You have. So are you a forbidden driver? You're forbidden? Okay, you're not disqualified or anything like that?
Yes, I am disqualified.
You're disqualified. What were you disqualified for? Can you just watch it, mate? All right.
I'll jump out the car.
Yeah, no, you're right sitting there for now. I just get me offside while I do a few checks on your licence, okay?
The driver's situation's getting more serious. If he's still disqualified, police will be able to impound his car.
Cobbs North T. QP, please.
The QP confirms that Mark shouldn't be driving.
All right, you're under arrest for driving while disqualified, okay? You're not obliged to say anything you do say may be given in evidence. You have the right to consult and instruct the law without delay and in private, and you also have the right to refrain from making a statement. Okay, can you just step out of the car, turn around and face the car, put your hands behind your back.
Sorry, negative.
Now, have you got anything on you that you shouldn't have, mate? Excuse me? No needles or syringes or anything like that? Now, you know the car gets impounded for 28 days? All right, just go down that way. What are we going to do with your dogs?
Somebody.
Just come over this way. Yeah, now that we've actually got him arrested and safe in the car, we're just going to wait for the boss. The sergeant is coming up and he can decide on what we're going to do with the car, which is getting impounded anyway. So we'll see that. I'm sure it's going to be searched subsequent to arrest. So we'll see. That's his call when he gets here.
Sergeant Grant Ferguson arrives a few minutes later.
He's tried to lose us. He's come down here to do a runner from us, to get away from us.
And they decide that the car can't be searched without a search warrant.
Can we have a tow truck, please?
This only leaves the problem of Mark's dogs to deal with, and they can't be left behind. Pat Thomas has ridden with a lot of strange passengers during his career, but Sally and Tom have never been in the back of a patrol car.
Come on, you pups. This way. We'll just pick you up from the other side. 3 in the can, mate. 3 in the can.
At Lower Hutt Police Station, Mark's put through processing, and Pat tries to find somewhere for Sally and Tom.
In there. Get in there. Come on. Get in there. Come on. Hey, that way. Come on. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Just a sec, mate. Can you just get the pups in there, please? Come here. Yeah, see this. Cheers, bye. Come on. Oh. Good girl. Cheers, mate. Do not forget about them.
While Pat's been dealing with the 2 dogs, CIB Detective Dominic Hayden's been out to get a search warrant for Mark's car, and it doesn't take long before police make their first discovery.
Hide. That's what was found underneath the seat, and we'll take that away and have a closer look at it.
Inside the station, a search of the pouch turns up a number of empty point bags that are usually used for packaging methamphetamine.
8 balls.
But the only drugs police find are a couple of cannabis tinnies.
So it's your standard $20 or $25 tinny, whoever you buy it from.
A search of a rucksack that also came from the car reveals a number of utensils used for smoking methamphetamine.
It's a standard glass tube used to smoke methamphetamine.
It's a drug that Dominic Hayden's seen a lot more of lately.
The Hutt Valley in the last, I suppose it'll be 12 to 18 months, has really seen an upsurge in the use of methamphetamine and P. Yeah, even offenders who I've dealt with in regard to methamphetamine have said that they wish they'd never got onto it. Dealt with a guy last week, he's probably lost about 20 kgs or so over the last 6 months, and he said it's really screwed up his brain. It's just a horrible stuff. I hate it with a passion. Yeah.
As well as the drug paraphernalia, the search of the rucksack uncovers a couple of items that raise police suspicions.
Palm pilot. That's a brand new car kit box.
But the overall result wasn't quite what Dominic had hoped for.
Yes, it was a little bit disappointing with what we found, considering what the potential was going to be. Found upwards of about 10 point bags, but they were all empty. There may have been a little bit of residue in a couple of them. But in regard to all the other property, it's pretty suspect of why you've got items from cars and that all stacked up in a bag. So we'll certainly be looking into him in a lot more depth.
When Dominic confronted Mark about the contents of the rucksack, Mark had no idea where it all came from.
While executing the search warrant, we found the bag in the back with the property in it as well. The Discman and the Sony, but that's fine. Can you vouch for where that stuff's come from, or is that all yours, or is it stuff?
Yeah, that stuff was already in the car. I don't know whose bag. Like, a lot of people go through their car. I borrow their car, and a lot of people just use it because.
Oh, we'll go and talk about it.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay, so I'll go and sort that out.
At court, Mark was found guilty of driving while disqualified, possession of utensils and possession of cannabis, and he was sentenced to 9 months in prison. And after the break, Invercargill police investigate when a young girl is hit by a car.
Number 1 here is a portion of the bumper where the thigh or the knee area has struck.
And further north in Dunedin, police struggle to shift a young man found clutching a toilet.
Hey, wake up, mate.
It's early evening just north of Invercargill when Constables Richard Lindsay and Stephen Malloy are called to a traffic accident.
Yeah, we've been called to a car that's hit a 8-year-old child. unsure of, well, we know the child's got a broken leg, ambulance is on the way, unsure of the speed of the vehicle at the time, so we'll find out when we get there, I guess.
At the scene, people are attending to Sharon, the 8-year-old victim, and the elderly driver of the car is trying to work out how it all happened.
Right in front of me here.
Okay. Were you driving, were you?
I was driving next to
Okay.
And I was just coming along here and this little girl just ran straight into the...
As Richard takes the driver back to the patrol car for an initial statement, ambulance officers are trying to work out what injuries Sharon has suffered.
Squeeze my fingers. Squeeze my fingers as hard as you can, both sides. Go. You won't hurt me. Good girl. Right.
Well done.
Okay. Can you pull your foot towards your face? The right foot. Can you pull it towards your face? You pull your foot up. Oh, this one.
Well done. Good
Okay.
girl.
And this one?
That's a good girl.
She's been moving it. You've got an open laceration. Just a laceration here.
Initial indications are that Sharon hasn't broken any limbs, and while this is going on, the police investigation is already underway.
You'd obviously seen, had you seen the vehicle there and the people over the other side of the road?
But I'm not sure if the people were there because the lady come running from here.
Okay.
I'm not sure where the husband was.
Right. But you saw the vehicle parked there?
Yeah,
As you're approaching?
Yeah,
Yep.
I did see a vehicle parked there, yeah.
Sharon's father had stopped his car to look at a block of land on the other side of the road, and Sharon had run after him, straight across the highway and into the path of the oncoming car.
So you saw the vehicle on the other side of the road. Did the wee girl come out of the door of the car or around from behind it? Okay.
I just saw her almost in front of me.
The ambulance officers now have everything in place to move Sharon, and although she's been given painkillers, this is going to hurt.
Just you first.
All right, sweetie.
A few more heads. You have to roll on the head there, or actually come and put the board under. You let go there. You're going to feel a metal stretcher go under you. All right, it's not going to hurt. We're going to put it under you. You hear it clip together, and then pick you up. Walk you straight into the ambulance. All right. There's just put it under when we roll her over. Yeah. You check it back from him. Yeah.
Just get you to seal your lips around there and just keep blowing until I say, just around that wee bit there, and just keep blowing until I say stop. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. That's the one. That's what we want to see. Lovely.
With the driver passing the compulsory breath test and Sharon on her way to hospital, police have already built up a good picture of what happened immediately after the girl was hit by the car.
So she's come all the way down here. The vehicle's been braking the whole time while walking down here. Road conditions have been damp. The vehicle's finally come to a stop here, one wheel in the gravel. The young girl has continued to be projected forward, and she has ended up lying down on the side of the road over here. So as you can see, it's quite a distance, approximately about 18 metres.
Within a matter of hours, Serious Crash Unit investigator Ken Patterson is on the scene. And although Ken will take a few photographs tonight, a full investigation will have to wait until morning. But there's good news at the hospital.
Just uplifted the young girl's property from the hospital, which we need for the investigation, and also just been informed that the wee girl has no broken bones, it's a cut to her leg and some minor injuries, so that's really good to hear.
Got that. We can start from the fog line and work your way in.
The next day, Ken Patterson was out mapping the scene of the accident with Constable Andy Fraser.
Got that. What we're doing here is we're forensically mapping the crash scene. Constable Fraser's the prism holder, and we're just marking the position of the Toyota Land Cruiser as it was on the night when the crash happened. We're just taking a series of electronic shots, and this will convert into a forensic map and scale plan of the area, and it's just a series of shots which is recorded in this machine here.
Back at the police lockup, officers have marked all the places on the car that made contact with the young girl.
Number one here is a portion of the bumper where the thigh or the knee area has struck. Number two, we've got some impression from likely to be clothing. Number three is the indentation area where the upper portion of the body, probably about the hip area, has hit. Number four, it's quite a deep impression. Looks like someone's attacked it with a ball pen hammer. That's likely to be an elbow or a shoulder. Number five, we have a strand of hair from the young lass, which is been placed on the vehicle and is held there. Number 6, we've got a smear as she started to come off the vehicle. She's moved over to the left-hand side. Number 7, that's also a mud smear as she's been leaving the vehicle. We believe that to be from her gumboot. So we know she's been on the bonnet for a time, and then as the car's been braking, she's been thrown forward and has tumbled to her final position.
Sharon was let out of hospital a few days later, and the crash investigation showed that the driver was not at fault. Although the speed limit for the road was 100 kilometres an hour, the car had been travelling at only 66 kilometres an hour just before the accident, and had slowed to 52 by the time it hit Sharon. It's Saturday night in Dunedin, and Constables Alistair Gold and Matt Gaze are on patrol.
Just patrolling the central city and keeping an eye out for general disorder and anything we might come across. A lot of young people, intoxicated people, and at this stage just general proactive patrolling.
It's not long before a report comes in of a heavily intoxicated student.
Got a 1K male who's fallen asleep in the toilet cubicle. It's upstairs above Whitcourt.
Yeah, can we all go and have a look?
The 1K call sign means that someone is unconscious from drink or drugs.
Go flush them out, all right.
This is confirmed when Matt and Alistair arrive at the internet cafe and the manager takes them to the toilet, where they find a young guy passed out on the floor.
You want us to do something with him?
Oi! Wake up, mate. Yeah, he looks well stacked.
But I think he is having a very nice sleep.
Yeah, it doesn't look that nice to me, but... Alright, he hasn't come from your cafe though?
Yeah, he's not one of our customers.
The officers decide to bring in the paddy wagon.
We might bring it the TP truck because he's not coming in there.
He is actually occupying our toilet.
Yep, but we'll have to go back to the
If you want to do that, I'll get him downstairs.
Sure?
Yeah, I'll just...
Alright, he's not coming in the car.
I'm just going to grab up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
No, that's fine, mate. We'll take him away for you.
While Alistair gets the truck, Matt's left with the hard job of getting the guy back on his feet.
Alright, come on, pal. There you go.
Alright, let's go.
You what?
Wish you could.
Wish you could?
Yeah, I've heard of you.
You what?
Give us a break, man.
Give you a break?
Yeah.
Alright, go with us, mate. Can you stand up?
Really good.
Can you stand up? Alright, do that for us, eh? Turn around.
Oh.
Yeah, one of the walls. Yep, and that one. And straight ahead. Left turn. Good. You alright? Yeah, brilliant. Alright. Keep stepping down there. Lean on that wall, eh? Right, check yourself over here. Go on.
The young man's legs seem to be in working order, but his ability to speak is clearly impaired.
Where do you live, bud?
Ellington, maybe.
Where?
Ellington, maybe.
You what?
Ellington, maybe.
Where do you live? We're going to hop in the truck and we're going to take you home. All right?
Hey, you can live here, man.
What's that?
I'm seriously walking, man. You seriously.
Hey, Goldie.
Yep.
Can you understand this boy? Where does he live?
I'll probably, yeah, I'll show him.
Where do you live, mate?
Hey, where? Hey, like I said, if you can't tell us where you live, you're going to have to go in the cells, and we don't want that. And I bet you'd rather go home.
Yeah, I really think.
You what?
Quickly. This time's ticking down, mate. So the cells are home, and we're going to take you home. We need an address. Nah, right, that's it.
What's your phone number at home, mate? What's your phone number?
Give us a look at your wallet. Let's have a look at your name.
If you got time, man, but seriously, it's not a plan, man. I'm seriously too long.
Do you know your home phone? Do you know your phone number at home?
321, man. It's all over.
Nah, okay. You haven't got a wallet?
This guy's going to get a nice ride.
With no wallet and no identification, the officers have no choice but to take him back to the station.
No, they're on the floor. Okay, hop out, I'll get them for you, mate.
Okay, so I've had a lot of think this time, man.
Yeah, a lot of think. All right.
Okay.
Hold on to the door there. Hold on to that.
At the station, Senior Sergeant Steve Aitken discovers that this mystery man is a very long way from home, 362 kilometres away.
What city are we in?
In T1.
We're in Christchurch.
Yeah.
What do you do in Christchurch?
I'm an engineer.
An engineer in the army?
Well, I'd like to be.
You'd like to be in the army?
Seriously.
But you're not in the army now?
Yes, there are some precautions about me.
And you live in Christchurch?
I do.
And you went out drinking in Christchurch tonight?
Yes.
Okay, so you're at the Christchurch police station, that's what you think?
Not exactly.
Not exactly?
Yes, between the and police station.
Between Christchurch and the police station?
Yes, I believe.
In which city?
In Christchurch.
Okay, would it come as a big surprise to you if I told you you were in Dunedin?
No.
No, it wouldn't?
No, it would not.
So you went out drinking where? In Christchurch?
Yes.
And it doesn't surprise you that you've ended up in Dunedin?
No.
That's good.
How's that?
Because you're in Dunedin.
In no shape to head back to Christchurch, this long-distance drinker is given a bed for the night. Next week on Police 10-7, a burglar caught red-handed thinks he's been dealt a raw deal.
You wouldn't really think that the pigs would get involved if you're going to go steal someone's dough. You wouldn't think the owner of the house was going to ring up and say, "Yeah, someone can't steal my dough."
An Auckland boy racer gets caught out racing on the motorway.
What were you thinking?
Auckland police find double trouble at a supermarket car park with a turf war over newspaper deliveries.
He said, "Because I'm just a fucking idiot like you," and then he hit me.
And a man teaching himself to drive learns the hard way.
Have you got a driver's license?